Factoring in their ages, team circumstances, and cap situations, we came up with a list of the best NFL player at every position who will not win a Super Bowl.
It's tough. We could sit here at the same time as last year and same questions, and I have the same answers. Obviously, I'm very frustrated with how things ended.
With Super Bowl season almost upon us, I think it's a good time to look at which top of the top NFL players are unfortunately bound to retire without a ring. Offense. Quarterback, Justin Herbert. Alright, this is a bit of a risky selection, we know, but someone has to occupy this spot. I mean, we could just point out how Justin Herbert is stuck in a perennially snake-bitten Los Angeles Chargers team. I mean, heck, he's put up 5 excellent seasons as their starting QB and has 0 playoff victories to show for it. Now, it's not Herbert's fault that the Chargers have continuously underachieved, but that 4-interception outing and the humiliating wildcard round loss to the Houston Texans has us wondering if Herbert really is cut out for the big moment. It's not just that Herbert hasn't proven himself on the big stage or that the Chargers have underwhelmed every year since he entered the league in 2020. I mean, the guy has to deal with Patrick Mahomes and now Bo Nix in the AFC West. The Bolts also reside in the same conference as Josh Allen's Buffalo Bills, Lamar Jackson's Baltimore Ravens, and Joe Burrow's Cincinnati Bengals. So, yeah, the path to a Super Bowl is always going to be difficult for Herbert. Wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb. Love or hate the Dallas Cowboys, it is not up for debate that CeeDee Lamb has been a top 3 receiver in football since he burst onto the scene in 2020. Unfortunately for Lamb, the incompetence of Jerry Jones means that he's not going to get the opportunity to hoist the Lombardi Trophy, at least not as a member of Dallas. Before the season, Lamb signed a 4-year contract extension worth $136 million. That keeps him under contract through his age 29 season in 2028, meaning he is already committed to wasting the rest of his prime years on a Dallas team that's not going to sniff a Super Bowl as long as Jones keeps calling the shots. If Lamb requests a trade within the next 4 years, though, hey, might be a different story. But for now, we are very confident in already putting him down as a ringless all-time great. Tight end, George Kittle. As great as Kittle has been since his 2018 breakout year with the San Francisco 49ers, the clock is rapidly ticking on the 6-time Pro Bowler and likely Hall of Famer. Kittle's 49ers have lost 2 Super Bowls, both against the Kansas City Chiefs, and a pair of NFC Championship games since 2019. Unfortunately for Kittle, it just already feels like he's missed the opportunity to win it all. Kittle will be 32 next season, a popular age for pass catchers to decline. Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey, and other key 49ers players are also getting up there in age. And Brock Purdy's looming contract extension is about to put a serious dent in the 49ers' long-term cap situation. If Kittle was a few years younger, we would exclude him from this list. But he's got no more than like 3 prime years left in him, and the odds are against an aging and cap-strapped 49ers team from making another run with this core as currently constructed. Running back, Alvin Kamara. Most of today's top running backs are either veterans on a legitimate championship contender or young and just entering their primes. Alvin Kamara doesn't fall under either category here. Credit to Kamara for staying loyal, but he signed away his chance at a Super Bowl when he agreed to a 2-year extension during the 2024 season that now has him under contract through his age 31 2026 season. The Saints haven't made the playoffs since Drew Brees' retirement in 2021. Yet they continuously refuse to rebuild and try to win now with fading veterans like Derek Carr, Cameron Jordan, Demario Davis, and Tyrann Mathieu. New Orleans isn't a serious team without Brees and Sean Payton. Kamara is a model of consistency with 8 straight seasons of over 1,000 scrimmage yards to begin his career, but he has got no shot of winning a ring with the only NFL team that he's ever known. Offensive tackle, Trent Williams. Look, we're not trying to harp on 49ers offensive players here, but Williams is still the best offensive tackle in football, even as he prepares to enter his age 37 season. The 11-time Pro Bowler has suffered 2 heartbreaking NFC Championship game defeats and a loss to the Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl 58. But with Williams about to turn 37, you do wonder how much longer he plans to play. Like we said on the Kittle slide, the 49ers window with this current core is rapidly closing. Unless San Fran did the unthinkable by trading Williams to a real Super Bowl contender, the man is destined to go down as perhaps the greatest offensive lineman to never win a Super Bowl. Center, Ryan Kelly. There is a small number of elite centers in football. Kelly is on that list, but he also faces astronomical odds of winning a Super Bowl at this phase of his career. The four-time Pro Bowler and longtime Indianapolis Colts mainstay needs a new deal after completing his 4-year, $50 million extension. If he stays loyal and commits to a mediocre Colts team for the rest of his career, then he is not going to win a darn thing. But if Kelly does leave Indianapolis this offseason, even then, he's going to be 32, and most Super Bowl contenders are set at center. Guard Zach Martin. Offensive linemen in general don't get enough love, but Zach Martin may very well be the greatest Dallas Cowboy of the 21st century so far. And we assume you've heard his mind-boggling stat line, where he has more career Pro Bowl nods than holding penalties. But the Cowboys haven't come close to a Super Bowl despite fielding a top-tier O-line led by Martin. In fact, they've only won 3 playoff games since he stepped onto the field as a rookie in 2014. Not really sure where Martin's going to play in 2025 and beyond, but he'll be 35 by the end of next season. The odds are really against him winning a championship at this phase, whether he returns to Dallas or pursues a ring elsewhere. What can we say? He really shouldn't have been this loyal for this long to a team renowned for choking on an annual basis. Defense. Defensive end, Myles Garrett. In the eyes of most, Garrett is the best defensive end in football right now. He's also stuck on a lousy Cleveland team that doesn't seem to know what it's doing anymore. We're asking Myles to save himself and seek a trade while he's still in his prime. Committing any more seasons to Cleveland means putting himself in danger of joining the Mount Rushmore of ringless NFL icons. Defensive tackle, Quinnen Williams. Williams is only 27 and just keeps getting better with each passing year. So why is he on this list? Well, there's a case to be made that he is the league's best defensive tackle, not named Chris Jones. And when Williams signed that 4-year extension worth $96 million in the 2023 offseason, that was when he, like most of us, thought the New York Jets were about to emerge as Super Bowl contenders with Aaron Rodgers coming to town. But instead, the Jets have just gotten progressively worse, with really no signs of improvement in sight. Unless Woody Johnson sells the team, that is. Sorry, Quinnen, but signing that extension unfortunately meant signing away your chances of touching the Lombardi Trophy. Off-ball linebacker, C.J. Mosley. The ex-Baltimore Raven and current New York Jets star has aged beautifully like a fine wine. With 5 Pro Bowl nods, 12 interceptions, 53 pass breakups, 10 forced fumbles, and 12 sacks, Mosley has an outside shot at the Hall of Fame. Baltimore had 2 playoff runs with Mosley, but they only won a single playoff game. The Jets wasted the rest of his prime. So even if he leaves in 2025, a 33-year-old Mosley has very little hope of winning a championship. Not sure if any real title contenders will want to sign an aging and injury-prone Mosley to start for them. So unfortunately, that means no Super Bowl for this long-time workhorse. Outside linebacker, TJ Watt. As hard as it is to believe, the Pittsburgh Steelers haven't won a single playoff game in the TJ Watt era. Think about that for a minute. Incredibly and tragically, they've lost 6 straight playoff games dating back to the 2016 AFC Championship game. Watt has helped them to 5 postseason appearances since his 2017 rookie year, but there isn't a single playoff W to show for it. The Steelers have been held back by inept quarterback play for most of Watt's career. And unfortunately, the front office and ownership seem content on simply avoiding losing seasons with Mike Tomlin instead of actually pursuing Super Bowls. Watt is not getting any younger either. Since he seems committed to finishing his career, or at least his prime years in Steel City, it looks like he and brother JJ will both retire ringless. Cornerback, Denzel Ward. Other elite cornerbacks like Trent McDuffie and Jalen Ramsey already have a ring. Youngsters like Sauce Gardner and Patrick Surtain are young and have plenty of opportunities ahead. But the Cleveland Browns' 4-time Pro Bowl cornerback is already on borrowed time here. He is not going to win a championship on a dysfunctional and mismanaged team that kicked its opportunity out the door by trading for Deshaun Watson. Ward is signed through 2027, his age 30 season. So unless he switches team at the tail end of his career, he is not going to even see another playoff game, let alone win a Super Bowl. Strong safety, Derwin James Jr. The 2018 first-round pick has been a godsend for the Chargers defense. It's a true shame that he's only celebrated 1 playoff win, which, by the way, happened in his rookie season. James is making a compelling Canton case with 4 Pro Bowl nods and a pair of selections to first and second All-Pro teams. But James is not getting any younger, and the Chargers haven't at all proven that they're close to competing in the gauntlet that is the AFC. Free safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick is still in his prime. But where is Pittsburgh's path to his Super Bowl again? Fitzpatrick is approaching 30, which is absolutely ancient for a defensive back in today's NFL. So unless something out of the ordinary happens, you'll look back on him, Watt, and Cam Hayward as an all-time great defensive trio that never won it all together. Special teams. Kicker, Chris Boswell. Bet you didn't know that at the conclusion of the 2024 regular season, Boswell sat fourth in career field goal percentage at 88.026%. But as we stated on the TJ Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick entries, the Steelers are not anywhere close to winning a Super Bowl right now. And Boswell, who signed through his age 35 2026 season, is one of several key Steelers who must accept that there will be no championship to celebrate before he hangs up the cleats. Punter, A.J. Cole. For those who don't follow this man, die-hard Las Vegas Raiders fans will tell you how much of a special teams weapon Cole has been for the black and silver. But can you see him winning a ring on a hapless Raiders team led by one of football's worst owners in Mark Davis? No, neither can we. But hey, what changes would you make to our list of the best active NFL players at each position who won't win a Super Bowl? Let us know in the comments section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton, and hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.